of the Jets moving Fashanu over to guard, and then get into JD's strategy of drafting 2 running backs. But this kind of all started, Jeremy, with Aaron Rodgers on Thursday night. So he kind of goes on with Pat McAfee and is talking about Fashanu and just how much the Jets loved him and how it wasn't really a need, but they liked him and all that stuff. And then I've seen a few people put out like their projected starting 5, and they have Fashanu at left guard as the starter. I don't know about you, but that's not really something that I think the Jets are going to do, nor do I think they actually should do that. I don't think they should kick him inside to guard. Do you?
I don't know if he has I mean, I'm not going to say definitely he doesn't. I'm going to say I don't know if he has the skill set and I don't know if his strengths are to be a guy that moves to guard. There are certain guys, people think it's just automatic that you can. If you could play tackle, you could play guard. It's just not true, because guard is a little bit different. And when you look at Fashanu, he has quickness. That's why he's a great pass protector. He has great footwork, great quickness. I think he's working on his strength, though. That's why, one of the parts of his game that has to grow is run blocking. And if you're a guard, you have to be able to lock people up, push them around. And I don't know if that's where his strength is right now.
No, I agree. I would not classify that as one of his strengths. Now, it wasn't a detractor enough for me to say I don't want to draft this guy, because I do think he is the best pass protector in this draft class that they got, at 11th overall. It was, there was conversation early on, even in the draft process in like January and February, that there's a chance Olu wasn't going to be there for the Jets at 10, and they were missing out on this guy because they won against Washington, or, that they won the last game of the year against New England. He ends up being there not only at 10, but also in the trade back down to number 11. But I do think like this is a guy they clearly view as a long-term left tackle. So I'm okay if they decide, you know what, if Morgan Moses gets hurt, you can go in and play on the right side of the offensive line at tackle. He practiced it at Penn State. I would think that he should get reps on the right side of the line in training camp, but I don't necessarily want to mess with moving him inside to guard and having him learn his own thing. To me, I think it's a little bit different than, left tackle, right tackle versus moving inside to guard.
Yeah, it's just not that simple as people think. And it's just that simple. He is a tackle. That's what he's built to do. That's where his strengths are. And I agree with you too that he will grow against, he should, just so people know, because a lot of people are saying he can't block against the run. And that's not true either.
No.
It's just not how he made his money. That's not how he ate. He didn't get his reputation by run blocking. It doesn't mean that it's a weakness or it's bad. It just means that it's not his strength. And he also showed a lot of improvement from 22 to 23 in his run blocking. So we have every reason, just so fans don't panic, to believe that Fashanu will develop into a very good run blocking tackle. It's not something that we should be panicking about saying, well, why did we draft him? It's just that you can find a critique or find a growth for almost every player in the draft.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. There is no perfect prospect, but it was very evident even in the Jets flight or One Jets Drive, whatever they're calling it. I don't know. The documentary series that they put out, the most recent episode with the look inside the draft room, which was really, really cool. But Joe Douglas talks about how long they've been keying in on Olu, and they've liked him for like 3 years now. They said that he was playing in a bowl game, and they were like, who's this left tackle, this young left tackle that's standing out? So this seemed like an obvious, we're just going to get our guy after the board broke, where you weren't able to trade up with Atlanta because they stuck and we're taking Penix at number 8 overall. And they're like, all right, if we can't get up for Rome or Malik Neighbors, whoever, we're perfectly fine taking Olu.
Yeah, it's amazing how things change over time too, right? Because throughout the process from January all the way to April, we talk ourselves out of into things, and yet when the season was ending and during the whole entire season, it was always about 2 tackles that people talked about, actually 3, but the 2 were Joe Alt and Fashanu. And then Latham was in the top 10 and a lot also, and he seemed to fall back to where he belonged in the top 10. But Fashanu was always up there. And the reason we liked him over Latham, at least I did, and a lot of people did, was for one reason. And that was because he could play left tackle. And that's what we needed for the future. So that was why everybody, for most people preferred him over Latham just for that purpose. He's a left tackle. So I feel great about it. I think people forgot and kind of freaked out, but they forgot this was a guy that was considered a top 6 pick, top 7 pick that we were screaming about because we thought by winning and beating New England and the Commanders, we thought that we had played ourselves out of contention for him.
Right. Exactly. For a lot of, mock draft season throughout the, the regular season in the NFL, Olu was going top 5. Like, this is someone who was, once looked at as someone who was going to go top 5. His draft stock fell, and there were mocks that even had him going closer to 20. But moral of the story, really good tackle class, and they get, as we said, arguably the best pass protector from it. What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.